Ladies and gents, welcome back to Pokemon TCG Pocket. I am Tanks, and today I don't really feel like I have over 5% of my regular energy. So I'm just going to have a casual day, I thought. We will chit-chat and we'll rank up in Pokemon TCG Pocket, which is, I think the new season has started yesterday. Pretty sure. Maybe the day before yesterday. Can't quite recall properly. And yeah, because today the weather is like kind of like bleak, but also not that bad because it is the spring. And I thought to myself, what could be something that's kind of menial, but also casual enough for us to do? And well, the answer is always Pokemon TCG Pocket. I still enjoy playing this game, but only casually. So let's open some packs. This is one of my alt accounts. This is my main alt account, if that makes any sense. And I'm trying to get a very specific card, which is why we're opening this set. It was not in here. I will give you a hint. It's a rainbow. So good luck with that, I suppose. But yeah. I'm just finishing my breakfast. And basically I don't even remember if I ever got to Ultra Ball on this account. I guess we'll see. I think it was Ultra 1, which is why we're in Great Ball 2. Okay, cool. I have this deck list prepared. There's one thing I want to change, and that's the Electrics. I don't like the coin flip one, because now we have the one that attacks for 30, which is much better. Not only does it one-shot the guaranteed the babies, but it also one-shots Swablu. So I was thinking to myself, hey, maybe we should get those. That will all depend, however, if we're able to get those on these openings. So right now we just need the common Manectrics. That is not the common. It's the rare, and it's not the Manectric. So, great luck so far. I mean, actually, because it's the rare, Haxorus. But, yeah, I think also, Haxorus, Justice for Haxorus. This is such a bad card. I love Haxorus, but as a TCG card, this card is just not it. That's just not it. Are you kidding me? The one time I need the commons, man. The one time. I like getting duplicates of the rares and the illustration rares, and when there's an EX with these like promos, I love that the most when I get duplicates of those. There we go. That's the thing. This is the card I was talking about. So I love getting the dupes because you get a lot of dust, and especially when you are in the same position as I am on the main account, which is pretty much have everything I want. I have it's not master set, I'm told it's called. It's just I have every card, every normal card from every set, except for Deluxe EX, of course. When you have that, and I also have all the illustration rares, so everything that is a one gold star rarity, which is that's the equivalent of illustration rares in the actual TCG. So I have all of those from all the sets. So when you have an illustration rare master set, right, and a diamond master set, there's the second Electric. Fantastic. You really, the next thing you can do in this game is really just to collect the full arts and the special illustration rares, which are the ones with the rainbow border, which is what I'm trying to collect. And the easiest thing to do, right, is at that point the game really becomes about you just opening something that's 2 stars, because the game becomes, well, you guessed it, it's a trading card game. You have to trade. But for the trades, you need dust. So dust suddenly becomes extremely valuable, which is why I have come a full 360 on the Deluxe EX pack. I was super excited when it first came out. I was like, this is great for several different reasons. It's great for beginners, yada yada yada. And then I took a 180 and I was like, I hate it because it's way too many cards. I'll never be able to master set it. Pulling specific EXs, good luck with that. And really by that time, Suicune was in the meta, which was not... So Suicune was not prevalent. So Suicune was extremely prevalent. It still is. But also, So Suicune was exempt from the list. Yeah, because it went back to Wisdom of Sea and Sky, or whatever the Lugia Ho-Oh was titled. That was the last set whose EXs were included, or are included still in Deluxe EX. But now I've come full 360 because I've come full circle because I love it now again on my main account. I think it's a horrible set to open if you're a beginner. It doesn't even, it's not even a problem whatsoever that it's not available because you really don't want to open it. There's not much useful stuff in there anymore. I mean, no, let me rephrase that. Like about 10% of the cards there, maybe less. So about, let's say 10% of the EXs. And the specifically the trainers you can pull from that are still useful, which is horrible. Like it's so much easier. You get so much stuff for free now, so there's no reason for you to open that. And if you want Guzma, for example, it's just easier to open the pack which Guzma is in, which is Celestial Guardians. You're missing out on a bunch of newer stuff, like anything Mega and above. You're missing out on that if you're opening that set. It's a horrible set for anyone to open except for veterans. And specifically because you get... There's nothing in here, by the way, but normally I would suggest you go for these ones. Because you get 2 cards that are worth like 3 draws. I can go for it. It doesn't really matter. I don't really need any of this, but like you have a 2 in 5 chance of hitting something good, and we failed. That's fine. So now, so if you open Deluxe EX on average, now I get about, well, it's about 1,000 dust. That's great. That's 2,000 dust for free every single day. Well, as long as it's available, which means I get, let's say the last time it was available for 2 weeks, which means just for the free packs I get about 30,000 dust, which is perfect. That's one SIR trade, which is what I am all about on my main account, right? So nowadays I like Deluxe EX. Also, to be fair, Deluxe EX has really sick full art. Very unique stuff. I love them. I think those are the best full art. I wish the TCG had something like that. Maybe it does, but if it does, it's definitely not in the modern sets. And also, I'm quite sure now, there's nothing exactly like those in the TCG, which is great because that's unique stuff that is only available in TCG Pocket. I do wish we had a similar style of full art card selection in the TCG. I would love those. I would collect those for sure. And then, to be fair, the illustration rares are also very sick in Deluxe EX. Even there was the one was the water dark type crab thing Pokemon. Even that, I like that. But it's not Cramorant. Cramorant is the There's the bird that is eating Pikachus. What's it called? Oh my god. I'm blanking on its name. Yeah, but anyway, even that looks cool. The Floragato looks amazing. The Greninja, of course. I love that. That's like top 10 favorite illustration rares of mine from this game. So yeah. I think those are absolutely lovely. And those are worthy of collecting. Worthy of collection. Okay, I don't really have time for this, nor do I really want to do it. We're just going to, you know, this is, like I said, we are going to go see if we can reach Masterball. Probably not this stream, but tomorrow for sure. Because I just want to go casually. We have Manectric, and we need to get the new. We need to get on the new electric action, which would be this one. Fantastic. Whoops, and okay, cool. Can I just? Okay, there we go. I also think this artwork is kind of, I don't know, I like it. I realize some people don't like these artworks. I used to be like that as well. It's like no shadows kind of artwork. I don't know. I like it. I like it better than the than this one, even though this one is also pretty cool. Komiyama is a good artist. Who's the artist on this one? I think this is one of my favorite. Oh yeah, it's Ghost-san. I think Ghost-san is an underrated artist. You should be looking out for their artwork. Because it's a different style of what it's kind of similar to what Akira Egawa is trying to do, but different, which is great because Akira Egawa is always these like powerful momentum based images or imagery for the cards, illustrations for the cards, and I love that. I personally love that. Okay, so first game. By the way, I forgot to show you that we have 0 games so far. But yeah. Enough chit chat. We're here because we mean business. We are going second against Electric, probably Zera Aura. Could go with Oreo, honestly. I'll go with Zera. Mirror match. Double Zera, why not? Sick looking Manectric card, mate. And they do find a way to get somewhat of a good copycat. Mildly annoying. It's fine. Where are my draw engines? I mean, at least a Pokeball would be nice. Need to be on the lookout for my phone because stuff is coming in. Why do I have to choose first? What? How did that work? Did we choose like at the same time? That was weird. They have 8 cards. We have 12 in the deck. We need to do something about that. Okay. I'll take that. Electrike. I do think that these are the superior Electrics. People are not switching to them, but on average, this is doing more DPS. There's just no two ways about the truth of that sentence, and it's quite simple to calculate, really. So this thing right here does 10 or 30, right? Sorry, it does 10 half the time, and then it does 10 plus 30, which is 40 the other half. So 10 or 40, right? So 10 plus 40 is 50. Very, very simple. And then you just divide that by 2. Because half the time is going to be 10. On average, half the time is going to be 10. And the other half is going to be 40. Which equates to 25 on average. Crazy, huh? Crazy, huh? I am not willing to sacrifice the Oricorio here. We will also pop this down. I think it's fine to do that. Lightning Claw on the Electrike. Right about now, a Manectric would be nice, which is why I popped this down. Because it's 2 out of... We've got a 2 out of 7, 3 out of 7 chance. Plus the Professor. Yeah, there we go. Fantastic. Oricorio is able to buy us some time, which is great. We've used up both of the Rocky Helms. Still have Pokemon in the deck. I wonder there's one... What? It's a Drampa? If any of your bench Pokemon have damage on them, this attack does 50 more damage. Okay. I can see that. I can see that. I can absolutely see that. Cool. Okay. Here's the fun thing about this this state of affairs here. So they can't just jump into Zeraora. If they do, I will revenge KO it. They can jump into Oreo, but in that case, we don't really have to worry about damage, right? And then we have, yeah, that's what I was about to say. We have a 1 in 2 chance of getting Sabrina. Otherwise, we would have gotten Cyrus. So what's going to happen here, right, is we'll Oreo this. The Drampa doesn't have damage, so that's fantastic. So we'll just go ahead and Sabrina. They will have to give us the Manectric. Sweet. Which we will damage just with Oreo. Simple. Simple stuff. And then, yeah. That didn't quite work for them for the Drampa. One thing I probably should have done was attack with the Manectric. I kind of neglected doing that, which is what might cause our eventual demise here, because I forgot about Lucky Pop. But this is literally our first match, so it is okay to make some mistakes, I suppose. So they definitely have... So if they have Cyrus, which I'm sure they do... I mean, yep. They should have both Sabrinas and Cyruses here. Yeah, I think we just concede. I messed this up. I should have attacked with the Manectric. There was no reason not to, and I was like, no, let's just play it safe. So yeah, that was my mistake. I should be drinking my tea. Maybe now we'll perform better. I need to get warmed up a bit better. Okay. Lovely start. By the way, yeah, no cancellation of this, right? Sleepy guy, that's me right now. Maybe he's even sleepier. Okay, a mirror again. Hopefully we're not going to throw this time like we did last time. And by we, I mean me. Let's see if Professor gets us anything cool. That's... okay, I'll take that. Another Zero Aura. In death, by the way, thanks for the follow. I saw you on YouTube, but respect the hustle. I think the most Pokemon gaming for me was Pokemon Go. This looks fun. Yes, this is a fun game for what it is. A video is coming out of mine. That is, woo, it's a hype train as well. Thank you very much for the gifted. Oh my God, you're crazy, man. It's 10 gifted. Oh, dude, thank you so much for that. It's, there's a video of me coming out that's a little bit of a sneak peek here for you. It's going to be about, because like the very first video, well, there's a second video technically on my YouTube that I released, was all about how I don't care about, you know, making content or like niching down. I don't care about that, and I stand by that 100%. I said I was going to do whatever I feel like doing for like YouTube, right? It's like literally every single person whom I'm really following on YouTube is doing that. Yes, I saw that. Yeah, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Every single person that I like on the internet is kind of doing whatever they feel like doing, and I like them for that reason, if that makes sense. So the next thing in my life, which is something I have been working night and day on in this past couple of... well, since January, really. So it's kind of crazy to think that it is already April. So I've been working on this little thing for literally, yeah, 3.5 months, day and night, is me getting started with my little journey of Pokemon TCG cards, which is something that I was heavily invested in as a 12-year-old back in the day. I had the base set Charizard, unlimited. I had a unlimited, it was not in a pristine condition. I had a shining Charizard as well. That was our most expensive card. Yeah, me too, 35-year-olds here. Yeah, I'm also in the same ballpark. I'm 38, basically the same ballpark. And you know, like back in the day, right? I am one of those kids who I have like, I have footage of this. I have actual photos of this. I'll show them in a minute. Where me and my brothers, we are actually just playing the game, you know, without sleeves, with no nothing. It's like you would when you're 12, and there the Charizards are there, and yeah, it's just, you know, they're lying about on the coffee table or what have you, the tea table, isn't it? And it's later we sold our collection. That's what the video is all about. And I'm trying to rationalize in this video whether it's a good idea for me to start with Pokemon cards again. Is it just my nostalgia brain? Am I being baited into this thinking that this is a good business idea? Stuff like that. That's what the video is about. And well, long story short, I've done it. I did it. I have started it. No turning back now. And I absolutely enjoy all of it. Okay, so a bit of a calculation here. So the thing is going to hit me. Yeah, we definitely need to go Zeraora. This is a great position to be in. Okay, cool. Because we have the jump on them, right? Would be lovely to have the... Ooh, Mars would be nice as well. I mean, we could go for Mars, yeah? Well, let's wait with Mars. I always Mars prematurely, and I don't really, because they haven't used they're using Serena. Huh? Didn't even notice that. I will get back to my story, by the way. I am a master digressor, so but the story continues. Just one moment. Yeah, because they so their Zeraora is technically we are winning because we went first. And it's the mirror, and yeah. Because once we... Yeah, Oricorio is kind of a problem. But if they call the Zeraora back now and they jump in with the Manectric, yeah, then we have the jump on the Manectric. Then we win because we have Cyrus, yeah? So, yeah, anyway. Amazing. Me and my brother had the same experience, sold everything we started all over with the current cards. Yeah, it's the same thing, because I was like, this is a part of my life, if you will, that I just miss. I just miss being able to do this. I miss the cards. I miss the... Well, back in the day, we used to play as well. Not Pokemon necessarily, but like Yu-Gi-Oh! And I just miss that. I just miss the entire thing. I love fiddling around with cards. I love just how much better these cards nowadays look compared to when I was a kid. I mean, sorry for everyone who has nostalgia. The base set Charizard sucks. It looks so bad. You know what looks great? I'll show you what looks great. I'll show you. This here. This looks great. This is the sickest card I've ever seen in my entire life of existence on Earth. Rivaled only... really rivaled only by its little brother, right? Just the coloring on these cards, it's just, oh my god, I love these cards so much. And as you can tell, the end of the story is that, yeah, I've started with the freaking hobby again. Back in the game, it would be lovely if we could get a lucky pop. If we could get one pop on the ice cream, by the way, that's the strat, get one pop on the ice cream, which is what an idiot would say, because we have one. But because of yapping, I'm not really paying attention to the game, but that's fine. Too bad I can't really clickbait people into watching a video of this, where the challenge is that I need to make it to Masterball with a like C tier deck or whatever. This is a B tier deck, C tier deck, whatever. While yapping, and that's a challenge. Can't really clickbait people into watching that. But anyway, I digress massively. What I was trying to talk about is how I, for me, in pursuing the stories on YouTube that I really want to, this is my next story of like how and why have I started with Pokemon cards. I hope people will find it informative. I always say this at the end of videos. It's kind of my thing. I hope you found it informative, or at the very least entertaining. I hope this one will be just that. It will be informative, because loads of people are like, should I get started? It looks fun. The cards look amazing. I love Pokemon. Maybe I was a kid and I had a collection. Maybe I was a kid and I didn't have a collection. And now I'm an adult. I have money. I have kids who are into Pokemon. Like, but also scalpers. But also scammers. But also, you know, no products in the shelves or on the shelves. Loads of like. Yeah. By the way, again, this is exactly this. Can you see this? So this thing is doing 30 damage, right? Take a look here. Take a look here. It says 30. Very, very nice. Take a look here as well. Also says 30, technically, because the weakness is, you know, plus 20. So that makes Reckless Charge do 50 damage. I love it. I love it. And then we also have the Froakie. Yeah, send the Froakie after me, please. Yeah, that's what the Rocky Helm's for. I love it when... So this deck is kind of a B tier kind of deck, sort of. But the reason it's great is because it beats the two A tier decks, or like 8 to S tier-ish decks, which are Altaria and Suicune. Great matchup against both of those. And I would say that it is like doubly more so true thanks to the new Electrike. I just love the new Electrike. The 30 guaranteed is so much better than the on average 25. Coin flip 40, otherwise 10. Like, that's just not good enough. If this thing attacks me, it's going to go down, like, for free. Electrike is just soloing the freaking matchup right now. If they evolve into, okay, that's Mega Altaria, that's fine. Oh yeah, they do evolve. Okay, cool. We could technically go into Manectric, and we should probably do that. The only thing I'm concerned about is the HP situation, because we're going to drop down to 140. So Lucky Pop would be nice, but other than that, ooh, that is evil. That is evil, because this is the end game state. This is the end game state, right? We have Mega Manectric on the field and Cyrus Sabrina. Here is the thing though. There is an off chance they're able to win if I snatch the Mega Altaria right now. So I'm not going to do that. We are actually going to KO. We're actually going to KO. Is Marsing here makes any sense? Not really. Yeah, we're just going to KO the Greninja. That way this thing should not be able to get, well, unless like Professor some crazy stuff, so they wouldn't specifically need to Professor, so they would specifically need to have 2 basics in the hand and Professor into the field thing that they are using, and 1 more basic. Yeah, okay, I said it might be happening, lads. But we'll see. Anyway, back to the story. I am not digressing at all. The conclusion. Okay, that's wait. Don't tell me you baited me with like 3 basics. Don't tell me you have 3 basics and you baited me. That'd be so evil. But if they put down just 1 basic, hello. Unless of course it's Oricorio. That's what? Why not attack? I don't get it. Yeah, whatever. I mean, don't mind if I do. That's fine. Don't mind if I absolutely do. So ultimately, I decided to get back into Pokemon, and I will give like 4 reasons as to why. But I also give 2 reasons as to why you shouldn't get into Pokemon at all. They have it! Oh my god! They absolutely have it because of Lizia, right? We didn't manage to draw any healing. They absolutely have it, don't they? But why wouldn't they attack? Okay, they don't have it. Safe. That was lucky. It was the right thing to KO the Greninja, it looks like. Cool. So I have been working on that story for like the past 3.5 months. In 3.5 months, I went from owning exactly, I think, 12 Pokemon cards to now having hundreds, because I don't. So what the video is going to end on, heavy spoilers for this video of mine, is that I have decided to also become a vendor with no prior experience of ever going to Pokemon card shows or card shows in general. Only thing I went to were like, or only things I went to were, well, TCG shops, basically. Literally nothing else. This is a crazy start. I mean, I want to go for the aggro start. Not gonna lie. I'll do that. I'll risk it. I'll risk the aggro start because it's us going second, right? This thing is weak to metal because technically it's an ice type, right? Starting planes, that helps us as well. And it's going to get destroyed. Brilliant. We might not even use this until later, because I don't want them getting in, like a Suicune or something. So I went from not owning I went from owning, so that was, it was 12 cards. I think I said 12, right? I think it's 12. I don't have those cards anymore. So I went from that to now having done 2 card shows. I have never been to any card show as a non-vendor, like as a normal person, right? As a visitor, still to this day. And basically, I've kickstarted this like business of mine, which is the best thing ever, which is me being able to just play with Pokemon cards every single day, prepping for shows, prepping for stuff, yada yada yada. My first really big card show is coming on in, well, less than 3 weeks. 2 weeks from now, we will have a little thing called Card Madness, which is the biggest card show in Europe, because I'm a mainlander. I live on mainland Europe. I'm Hungarian. Yeah, technically Hungary is considered, you know, middle or like Central Europe, with a bunch of other countries, and we will travel all the way to the west to Frankfurt. It's gonna be a 10-hour drive. For those of you Europeans out there, it's gonna be like 1,100-ish kilometers, which would be 700 miles, probably. I don't know. Yeah, I can't wait to do that. It's gonna be a 2-day show. Australian here, but Polish heritage. Yeah. We are cousins. Hungarians and the Polish are famous for having really good relationships. I'm not really sure why. There was like some World War II lore there, which is funny, which is nice. But you know, it's nice. I know some Polish people, very, very chill people. Love them to bits, to absolute bits. It got invaded by everyone. Yeah, the feeling is mutual. History was all about that stuff. Yeah, hopefully that never happens again. Yeah, really hoping it never does. Okay, so they are getting their stuff together now. I mean, the opponent here. So anyway, I'm going to go to this card show, which is going to be a 2-day card show in Frankfurt. The tables cost so much money. The only way I could justify it was saying it's for content, because of course it is. But I have been working on all this stuff like literally night and day, and now it's finally coming to fruition, and I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it to actually be something I can share with you lot. But it's just taking so much freaking time. Oh my god, I need to edit videos instead of playing video games. But hey. Okay, big concern here. If I don't really want to. Okay, I've discussed the thing that I wanted to discuss with myself regarding the strategy here that I'm trying to employ. We will do Professor, because why not? There are Aura and Pokeball. Lovely stuff, that. In my opinion, So even if they snatch the Electrike, I'm fine. This is bait. I'm more than happy if they try and snatch this, because I mean that we just win then. Yeah. So anyway, it's this crazy adventure that I'm on right now. I am now 5 to 6 videos behind on my entire life story of what happened in the past. Well, since January, really. And I can't wait for people to check it out. I hope people will like it, and I really do hope that it will be not just fun but also informative this time, because it is so tough figuring out if you should actually, you know, engage with this hobby, because it's not, if they attack, by the way, they die. Just saying. It's a lot of damage, but we also have weakness on them because it's a Suicune. And they're realizing that now. That's not really how that works. Okay. Okay, we win. Easy. Easy peasy. Because I mean, we've got 130 on them. 130 plus 20 for the weakness. That's not an ice type. That is a water type, which we electrify. I don't know if you have noticed that, my dear friend. But, and by the way, we have 140 flat. So like, what are we even talking about? This is why I love this deck. Suicune stands no chance. Easy peasy. How do you find a motivation and creativity as someone who procrastinates anything content creation? Dude, I procrastinate so much. I procrastinate so much that it's not even funny anymore. Having said that, usually nowadays, the way I procrastinate is, well, I go on Facebook groups and I am looking for deals for cards for my new obsession of being a vendor of Pokemon cards. So is it really procrastination? Which is when it's occurred to me, hey, I'm actually just working really, really hard. I also want to put content about me working on these things, but it is a difficult thing to do, right? And especially like juggling all these things, and also on top of that, having other responsibilities. I have a wife. I am going to school for learning to be an electrician. Try and take that away, AI. And all these kind of things. Sometimes, and you know what I realized? Like many a time, a bunch of the time, I'm not even really probably, a bunch of the time, or a lot of the times, I'm not even really procrastinating. It's just, well, nowadays at least, I'm just super busy. If you do feel like you're procrastinating, you kind of have to, and I know this will sound mean, but you have to be kind of mean to yourself, and you have to ban your access to the thing that you're procrastinating with. Is it TikTok? Ban that. Really good way of doing that is if you have a significant other. In my case, it's my wife. So my phone, she knows the codes to my phone. I don't know the codes to my phone. And all these apps are like banned. Or if you want, you can take the approach of like, okay, I'm going to have 30 minutes for Instagram every single day. That should help with the procrastination, because if you put yourself in a situation where there's nothing else you could do but the thing you're trying to avoid, because, and by the way, you also love the thing, it's just so much easier to do this on your phone. If you put yourself in a situation like that, all of a sudden, procrastination, or like doing the thing, procrastination is going to sound less appealing than doing the thing. And you will actually start doing the thing, which is what you wanted in the first place. That is one way of how I'm dealing with procrastination. The other thing about procrastination nowadays, people keep talking about ADHD and procrastination. I have a undiagnosed ADHD, like I'm pretty sure I have ADHD. I mean, you can sit me down in front of a camera and I can just talk without end for like hours, even when no one's watching. I mean, feel free to watch back my VODs on YouTube, you can kind of tell. And the thing about procrastination when you have ADHD is a bit different. When you have ADHD and you procrastinate, it's just you're just avoiding the hard thing when you procrastinate. That's how I see. So in my mind, procrastination equals avoiding the hard thing, right? When you do that as someone with ADHD, what I find is this is coming from the Primogen. I really love him. I really love the way he talks about ADHD, because he also has a severe case of ADHD. If you have ADHD, chances are you have proof that you're able to focus and you're able to do something like playing a video game for 10, 12, 14 hours. I can do that. Once I grinded in World of Warcraft for literally 12 hours, and I did not even notice that it was already dark outside. So I know for a fact that I'm able to do it. As someone with ADHD, you in fact, if there's something you love, you will in fact be able to concentrate more on the thing. So the only question then becomes, how do I hijack my ADHD and actually do the thing that I want to do? And the answer to that is not so black and white. The answer to that is quite complicated. You will have to learn through discipline and through repetition what actual discipline feels like. You have to be able to say to yourself, no, I understand. You have to be kind of like your parent. I understand that you don't want to do this, but we're going to sit our asses down and we're going to do this thing. And what you have to do is sit with the thing. Even if you want to stand up every single time, you have to be like a parent and you have to be like, no, we can't stand up. Well, what happens if you stand up? What happens if you do this? Well, you have to be a parent again, and you just tell yourself, sit back down and do the thing. And here's the interesting part. It might happen that you achieve absolutely nothing. You have been sitting your bum back down on the chair for 8 hours straight, and you have literally finished nothing. That might happen. That's okay. That is just part of the journey. That is just part of how you have to train your ADHD to do the thing. Because in my case, I love editing videos. I know I'm good at editing videos. When I catch the flow of editing videos, it's amazing. I love it because it's storytelling. And this is how I'm training myself. I'm sitting myself down again and I'm doing the thing. And it's just like, there's no way for me to avoid this. And after a while, your ADHD will kick in and you will be like, this is amazing. And you will be able to concentrate on the thing. If this is not what's happening, then I'm sorry to break it to you. Chances are you probably don't have ADHD. It's just self-induced ADHD-like behavior by overconsumption of social media. And by the way, none of this is like Dr. K style advice. It's just, I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about my experience, and this is how I kind of see things for myself. But yeah. Oh, I hate it when I do that. Okay, there we go. And by the way, we won against a deck that is really good against us. They had a very, very poor start and a very poor draw. So also, by the way, I'm so sorry, Cinnamore, by the way, thank you for the follow from like 30 minutes ago. Want one or two shiny Oreos. Need to get rid of them, haha. Not on this account. This is just an alt account. This is my main alt account. So for those of you who don't know me, the way I play this game, because I don't really care anymore. I literally don't really care about this game anymore. And that's how I sort of started enjoying it. Counterintuitively. I don't even really know how to explain that. The way I don't care about this game anymore is by having 10 alt accounts, which I am able to run at the same time using a little software called Mumu Player that is able to emulate all of them side by side, and I'm able to synchronize my like clicks and whatever. I'm able to synchronize my clicks and taps, and I'm kind of, so what I'm doing is I am trading stuff with myself. I'm trying to open loads of stuff. I have on the 10 accounts, I have a combine of like 10,000 or some crazy amounts like that. Maybe more, 10,000 or more hourglasses, probably more actually, because I never spend them. These are just art accounts. And usually I'm able to do master sets rather quickly, or like full sets or whatever they are called. The thing that you have when you get all the cards. And the only account I'm really feeding is my main account. If that's against the TOS, I don't really care. This is what I meant about not really caring about the game, right? Like if I get banned on one of my accounts, whatever. I never spend any money, so like I don't really care. And by the way, Dreamy Pen, yo, welcome back. One of the OGs right there. And yeah, it's because of that, it's I started enjoying the game more. I started enjoying the game more by not really caring, because I don't. Back in the day, I didn't really agree with a bunch of the changes that the game was making. I still don't agree with a few of the changes they are making. In general, I find it. In general, I find the game enjoyable, which is great. But only if I play casually. So, I feel like it's a win-win for me specifically at this point. Because if I'm ever banned, I don't really care. First of all, I have other accounts if I want to make if I want to play the game, it doesn't really matter. And if I'm not banned on the main account, I get to have a bunch of other free cards that I don't really, care about necessarily, because everything is for free. Everything is. I've never spent a dime in this game. By the way, why am I not? Oh yeah, I can't use it. I'm stupid. And this way I'm able to like trade whatever I want with myself without needing anyone else. I don't really know if that makes sense, but that's kind of how I internalize it. And the reason I don't really need any trades, so to say, is because I kind of have everything. Not on this account particularly, but on my main account definitely. And then I have a bunch of cards that I still need. I still need those cards, usually rainbows, but here's the thing. I don't have enough stuff to trade for them. But on my alt accounts, guess what? My alt accounts accepted a looker for a rainbow SIR. I mean, chances a normal human being would not go for that. Because right now, it's the most chill being on my main account. Because the best thing that can happen to me is open any random 2-star card, because I can just trade it for whatever else I want, thanks to the 10 alt accounts that I have. It's all free to play. Everything is free to play, by the way. There's absolutely no reason you should ever even consider spending money in this game. I keep talking about this. I think I would be comfortable spending. So anything that is in my mind, anything that is a service, if I can avoid paying for it, I will every single time. This includes stuff like, in my life specifically, Spotify, Netflix, and anything of the like. I have none of those in my life at all. I have never had a Netflix subscription. I've never had a Spotify subscription. I have never had cloud subscriptions ever, because I hate the fact that I do not own anything that I buy there. I'm spending money and not owning anything. And people keep saying, oh, you should vote with your wallet. I guess that's what I'm doing de facto since the early 2000s. Because back in the early 2000s, when I was a kid, the general consensus was, why would you ever pay for anything digital? Now, mind you, back in those days, this part of Europe was kind of poor compared to the rest of the world. Like, on average, my dad would make $300-ish a month, and that was with the prices back in the day. That was enough. But not for you to buy stuff that is sold for American markets first and foremost. I don't really think people really understand that, who never lived those times. So the de facto mode was, how can I get this for free? Because I mean, it's just digital stuff. I mean, you can, there's ways to download this stuff, probably. Which is what I grew up in. Now, I think it was Gabe Newell who said piracy is never a you know, ethics or whatever problem. It's always a service problem. And I think he was absolutely right. And the only digital stuff where I technically don't own the thing, I just own the license. In other words, the only thing I'm willing to spend money on that is digital stuff is anything that I can buy in the Steam store. That's the only place in my entire possessions of, well, anything you can see here, digital or physical, where I've felt comfortable spending money. The Steam store. Those are the only things that I own that are, well, that I technically don't own because it's just a license, but I have them and I've spent money on them and I felt comfortable doing so. So the wait, what was that? That was I'm sure there was a point here, but what was it? I was trying to make a point. Let me think. What was the point I was trying to make? Dude, I feel like freaking Patrick Star just blanking like crazy. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, right. Got it. If you wanted me to spend money on a game like this, I think a really good model would be something like, I pay this amount of money, and for life I have unlocked this thing. I'll give you an example. In this game, you can have a so-called like a monthly pass, right? It's like 10 euros here in silly old Europe. And for the 10 euros, you get to open an extra pack per day. So it's not that big of a deal. And you get some extra currencies, which you can spend on, again, cosmetic stuff. I don't really care about the cosmetic stuff. Like, I'm okay paying money for that on a release basis. But I would be willing to pay, let's say, the price of like a AA game, let's say 30, 40 euros. I'd be willing to pay that if you allowed me to unlock the ability to just have that extra pack a day opening for the rest of my life. I think that's fair. I think that's, you know, or maybe give me some, I don't know. I pay this amount of money and I get, I don't know, 1.1 times the amount of hourglasses as everyone else. I think that's fair. In that case, if I unlock this as a lifetime license, which is not really lifetime, but like until the end of this game's life cycle, I would be fine with that. I'd be fine with that. I would probably pay some money because I do enjoy the game. But I'm not going to pay on a monthly basis for something that is actually like worthless, because the moment you have even just a younger brother or an older brother playing the same game, you don't need the extra pack because you can open twice the amount of packs if you're both playing the game, and you can just trade with each other the things that you're missing. I would really appreciate if this dude didn't heal anymore. That'd be lovely. And also, yes, cool. Also no red, please. Also no red card, please. Nowadays people don't really use red card anymore. Dude, I'm really tired. I am just yapping. By the way, In Death says, I just got diagnosed with mid to high functioning ADHD. We are the same person, dude. WoW was my heroine. Yeah, I can relate. I had, and typical ADHD behavior, I had every single character. So I was playing back in the day of Wrath of the Lich King, and I had every single character except for Paladin and Druid, which I knew I don't want to play. Because I just couldn't decide which one I like best. Eventually, I settled on DK and Warlock. I very, very much enjoyed playing those. Eventually, I settled on Alliance and playing Human because I was PvP first. And in PvP, they have the most advantage. Like, humans have the biggest advantage in PvP, thanks to every man for himself. The ability which just cancels every single... It saves you a trinket slot, right? And it was... I could just grind that on end. Days on end. It was crazy. And it is proof. If you're a high-functioning ADHD person, right? There is proof that you can do this. 100% you're able to focus on the same thing for 16 hours. The only thing is, how do you make yourself focus on the thing you actually want to focus on? Because self-sabotage is a huge problem with ADHD. Massive problem. It is so easy to self-sabotage. It is so easy to put things off and say, you know, it's to me, I can do this thing in like 4 hours if I really put my mind to it, which is never true, by the way. It's always 12 hours, so 16 hours. But you think it's 4 hours and you keep putting things, you know, off. And yeah, wow, that was worth it. That was worth it so much for you. I mean, we even have Professor. That's even better in this situation. That did nothing for this chap. So I could talk about this for like days probably and not get tired of it, because it is so... It is so... Living with ADHD is so difficult until you learn how to deal with it. You have to make a environment. You have to make an environment for yourself where you feel at ease with your ADHD. Which is why, personally, I will never ever try working as an employee again. Ever in my life. I have been fired from more than I have been tried to be fired, or actually fired from more than 10 workplaces where I was just an employee. And quite honestly, reflecting back on my time and the way I communicated, I completely understand. It is understandable why many of my workplaces decided, hey, we might try this thing without you. Completely understandable. When you have ADHD, you are incompatible with a lot of situations that might happen at a bigger firm, let it be tech or otherwise. And because of that, the only thing I wish I was told from a younger age is, hey, you're probably not going to fit in. Your mind works different. You will see the tasks that you will try and optimize, and people will dislike that. And because of all of this, it would be easy for you to just, you know, try and be, say, an electrician or a Pokemon card vendor, or any job where you have to do something with actual people and not working on some SaaS solution as part of a team. Because how much fun that is. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. I just wish I was told that, because then I would have been more proactive in building the actual lifestyle that I have right now, where I am my own boss. I have my own gigs going on. I don't depend on anyone to send me a paycheck, and I love it, because every single day I am the one who's in charge. I am my own I am the only person responsible for my own success. And that is when you have, if you truly really do have ADHD and it jeopardizes you and you've lost, you know, jobs because of it, it is such a liberating thing when you truly realize that you are responsible for your own success and there's no one who can take that away from you. I just wish I was told that at a much younger age. And instead of trying to fit myself into a mold I will never fit into, I would have just focused on this stuff and would have probably saved myself about 10 years of heartache or so. But I'll tell you what, now I'm glad that I've went through those experiences as well, because now thanks to those experiences, I know exactly what I want and how I want to do that thing in life. So yeah, it all works out in the end, I suppose. Okay, so this chap here thinks that we do not have a Manectric in our hand. They think they are incorrect. We do have a Manectric in our hand, and as long as we survive the next turn after this one, we already have the endgame hand, which is the funny part. Let's Professor as well. We might get an Oricorio. I think it's still a possibility. Okay, we didn't, but that's fine because we will bait our lovely chap here, Electric Generator. It doesn't matter if it's tails or heads, because next turn, yeah, it doesn't matter, because next turn this is our Aura will probably die, which is when we win. This is the endgame hand, by the way. This is the endgame hand. Manectric, full HP, maximum damage output, which is 140, right? With this little thingy, and then we have the 3 utility cards. We don't need anything else from the deck. I don't even care about starting planes, nothing, because we have the endgame hand. The endgame hand. I can't talk. Which is mildly concerning when you are trying to become a streamer. My tea is cold, which is unfortunate, but I keep yapping instead of drinking tea. It's my own damn fault. So as long as we keep the hand, we are chilling. And the only way for them to get rid of the hand is red card, which no one really uses nowadays. Yep. Another one in the bag against Suicune. I wish we had, one thing I wish we had in this game, which would make it a lot better, I feel like, is an in-game tracker of what decks you played against. And the way, because it's like, okay, but what deck is this? This is a Chen Pao Suicune deck. I would just literally go for that. I would just literally go for what megas are in the deck, and the game would like show you the megas that they have in the deck, the EXs, and then anything that is like stage 2, or if it's a single stage Pokemon like Zeraora, right, like a basic with no evolutions, I would just go for that, and we would be able to see that from menus, and then everything would be measurable, right? Even if it were just like water. Okay, I have defeated a water deck. That would be nice. Like, what energy is the deck using? Something like that. They will never do that, but it would be so much fun to know. Like, what is my actual percentage against on this deck in this season? What is my actual percentage against Suicune? I keep forgetting to check the this. Okay, we've only lost the very first game. Look at that. 87.5%. I don't think we're going to be able to keep this win rate, but it is nice. And this is where it would be nice, because if I go season list, no, not season list. There's somewhere I can click usually where it shows my last opponent, or like what I was doing. Yeah, I think, yeah, battle history. Here we go. This is it. And it would be nice to see what deck they were using. Just, you know, like I said, EXs, stage 2s, whatever. Not the entire deck list necessarily. It's just, and if we would also have another screen where it's like, okay, I can see how many water type, or like I can see how many decks that uses water energy was I able to beat, and like what's my percentage on them. Would be lovely to see. But I guess the reason they're not doing that, or they're not focusing on that at all, is because most people don't care. For most people, this is just a casual game. That's all it is. It is for me now. I don't really care about my percentages. I know that I have a huge advantage against Suicune. I know I have a huge advantage against what's the other thing? Yeah, like Altaria. And I also know I have a disadvantage against this deck. This is a good state for now, but yeah. It's so weird because I feel like this game could be so much more, but the question is, should it be so much more? And I'm always thinking the answer to the should is always like, yeah, why not? If there's no compelling argument against it, then why not? But the thing is, you know, everything that I'm talking about here, it costs money, right? It's not free. I'm gonna hold back on this because we might be able to snatch the jewel fossil, but yeah. Should I Mars here? I mean, they have 5 cards in the hand. Marsing here would make sense, maybe. My spidey sense is tingling. I'm gonna Mars. I could be wrong here, of course. I was like, do they have the thing? Do they have the thing? Maybe they will have a harder time having the thing now. And now I feel comfortable playing hiking trail. Because I need to like learn to play more aggressive. This is a very aggressive deck, by the way. This is a very aggro deck. That would have been nice to get. See, anyway, it's so interesting to think. Oh, of course I gave it to them. Of course I gave it to them. Now the only question is, did they have it previously? That's the only thing I would be interested in. Did they have it? And here is the other thing. We will get this in the fronts, and then we'll see how, because the energy is going on the Hitmonchan. Contrary to popular belief, this is only going to do me 50 because Quick Strike says this attack's damage isn't affected by weakness. See? Which is great because should we get heals, 1 in 10 chance, we're just able to actually make that 3 in 10. We're just able to heal the Zeraora back, which we did not get. That's fine, because plan C is then to just do this, probably do this as well, and then make sure they so they waste even more resources. They've already wasted Sabrina, which is one of the win conditions of decks like this one. If we make them waste the Cyrus on this Zeraora as well, we are in such a great position. Would be lovely to get next. Okay, so we have 7 cards left. It would be lovely to get specifically a Manectric and also the electric thing. The one that gives energy. Okay, we did not get that. That's fine. We'll kind of come in with this like so. I don't actually know what this thing is doing. If you have fewer Pokemon in a play than your opponent, this attack does 80 more damage. That's kind of concerning. Especially because it's able to snatch the Oricorio. But here is the thing. If it attacks into, yeah, we should be fine, because if it attacks into the Rocky Helm, it will get in range for the Manectric. Because once we KO the Hitmonchan, Manectric has full damage. Ooh, they are having a rough hand, it feels like. No Cyrus this turn, that's for sure. But we do have Repel. Repel means Electrike will survive. But honestly, if we get Zeraora KO'd, I would prefer that. Because then I can just bring Oricorio in for free. Or I can bring Oricorio back for free is what I'm trying to say. We could, in theory, play Sabrina, put the Tyrantrum in range, and not depend on the Rocky Helm. But the thing is, as long as we get the first attack on the... No, wait. This thing can KO us, right? Oh, yeah, it can. In that case, I think, and I could be wrong, but I'll do it. I'll do it anyway. I think it's better if we jump it. I think we're better off doing this. Because now it's in range. It's in range for Mega Manectric. And we've made a field state where we have sacrificed Sabrina, but now we have opened up the field state for all sorts of combos. And that is not enough. It is enough. Okay. But they can't remove the helm. Okay, fantastic. Brilliant. Sweet. Oh wait, they're not in range. Wait. I messed up. Okay. They're not in range because I forgot to KO the Hitmonchan. I forgot the core strategy of this deck, which is get 2 points ASAP. Shame on me for that. I think we lose in every situation here. Yeah, unfortunate. I've never played against Tyrantrum, but yeah, forgot the first tenant. Get 2 points ASAP. Unfortunate. It's not unfortunate, I misplayed. Okay, here we go. Okay. Very, very standard opening. Oh, this is not the mirror. This is the Jolteon deck. Jolteon Belly Bolt. Huh. Interesting. Let's Professor first, actually. Because I'm not going to copycat. I'm not going to be able to copycat here properly. Oh, this is a really good Professor. Zeraora, lovely. Can we get another one? Ooh, easy. Ask and you shall receive. Every single time. Okay, so lovely, because they don't have the Jolteon yet, and we get all this energy damage free. Jolteon, I feel like, is like one support card away from like being really, really good. Probably better than this deck. Not quite sure how to make it better. Brina. Okay. I'll sacrifice the energy on this Zeraora. That's fine. Is it... I keep forgetting. As long as this Pokemon is in active spot, whenever your opponent attaches an energy from the energy zone to one of their Pokemon, do 20 damage to that Pokemon. So it doesn't matter. Back row, front row, whatever. So they have used Sabrina. That's a huge thing that they have now forfeited to me. And for virtually no... If this Lucky Ice Pot pops, then it was virtually free. Yeah, okay, let's say it wasn't completely free, but that's fine. This... Yeah, we're chilling. This is a great position to be in. At Tadbulb, if I had a Sabrina, I would snatch it. %. I wonder if this ticks the Jolteon off. It probably does, honestly. Because it says, it depends on the errata, right? Because take an energy from your energy zone and attach, yeah. Which, whenever an opponent attaches an energy from their energy zone, yeah. I mean, we can test it. Why not? Why not? I don't see why not. Cool. Yep. That's fine. As long as it's not the as long as it's not the should I even put an energy on 0? I mean, yeah, but as long as it's not the Oricorio is what I'm trying to say. Finally said it properly. Here we go. Zappity zap. This Jolteon is low. And they only use, they usually only use one belly bolt, so I'm chilling. It would just be lovely to get the Sabrina, which is a 1 in 8 chance. It'd be very, very, very lovely to get that. Or just give it to me for free. Yeah, cool. Or concede as well. Perfect. Crazy how one Oreo stalled this deck out. That's not something that should happen. Which is why, like I say, this deck, Jolteon, it's a cool concept. Doesn't really work. Realistically. There's just not enough damage. There's just not enough, there is enough damage, but there's not enough support. It's kind of like Umbreon. It doesn't, like being able to just snatch whatever Pokemon you want, on paper sounds amazing, but in practice, doesn't really work. I will need to do a bit of a, because I mean, I've drank my tea, I've drank another tea, I've drank that, which was protein powder, and I haven't visited that certain place we all know about. But what is this deck again? Okay, mirror, potentially mirror match. I'll go Electri, I think. What are the chances of them running a baby like Pichu? 0. Okay. See, these two Electrics, I think mine is the superior one. Mine can KO that in like 2 turns. His can't do that. Shucks. Zeraora, lovely. Lovely stuff. Try and copycat me now, by the way. Try and do that now. I have so much stuff to do. I really want my video to be done and be out. The title of the video is going to be, I bought Pokemon cards again, just to feel something. That's going to be the clickbait title. And it's true. It's absolutely true. And I will be... Oh, what a fancy Zeraora. But I also need to do so many comps. I have a stack of cards here. These are all great problems to have, by the way. I have a stack of cards here that I haven't dealt with yet. They're not in my balance sheet. They're not calculated for, like how much they're worth and stuff. None of that. How do I want to go about this situation? Because this is not ideal. We can put the damage on this thing. We can also heal, which we should probably do. Please pop. It hasn't popped for like 2 turns. Oh, like 2 games now. 3 games. Made that 4 now. Fantastic. Also, Rocky Hunt. Huh. I'm not going to use Rocky Hunt. We'll put 30 on this Electric. And let's see what happens. I really wish it did pop. Would have been lovely. Sometimes I wish I had another heal in the deck, but it's... Yeah, it doesn't really matter, does it? ultimately. Because they do have the damage on the Electrike. It's going to be difficult for them to heal that off. No, they're susceptible to Cyrus, which I might... But I mean, technically, they will just go on the other Electrike because they have it. So I don't want a Cyrus. It would be premature. It would be premature. We are definitely on the back foot here. Especially with the stupid thing not popping. Well, that's fine. We'll figure something out. Do we have... Yeah, we use this as well as this. Nothing worked. It's all tails. It's all tails. So we're definitely on the back foot because they have used. Oh no, it is just drawing power because we have nothing. We had one Pokeball. They have 7 cards. We have 11. 7-11. I wish we had a 7-11 right about. What is that? Okay. We have no heals, nothing to really solve this problem with that we're facing right now, which is that we're massively on the back foot. I don't really know what to do. I think we lost. It's fine. I also need to go someplace. I will be back in a second. And yeah, just give me a moment. Number one, I'm back. And number two, Anthill, how are you, mate? Welcome back. And I'm doing great, especially now that you're here. I'm just doing the usual monthly let's go to Masterball with a non-top tier deck kind of thing. And so far we have 8 wins, 3 losses on a... This is an alt account of mine. And we're doing the grind with Manectric on this account. And then on my main account, I'm thinking we are going to do... I'm open to suggestions, but I think I really, really want to do Caesar. And the reason being is I don't think I've ever really properly taken any metal deck to Masterball. I don't think that I did that. I have used the occasional deck. Last time we tested with Steelix, I didn't really feel it. But Caesar seems like fun. It kind of it feels like a, and I was negligent of Caesar, although I did say in my original analysis that Caesar is probably the most interesting card out of all of them. I really, really would like to like Charizard. It's also interesting, to be fair, and it's also one of those like beta-ish decks. So Charizard is another option. Charizard X is one of my all-time favorite Pokemon. And that is what I should be going for. But I feel like we've done a couple of fire runs. We've done, back in the day, if you remember, we've done Entei, Flareon, and also somewhere along the lines I've done a Charizard Y, I think. I don't quite remember. So yeah, those are my thoughts on what I'm going to do on my main account. I kind of want to do not Steelix, Caesar. Caesar kind of feels like, it reminds me of Buzzwole, but on steroids. It's kind of the same concept, and I sort of want to do that. We've definitely done Buzzwole to Masterball, I think, or at least that wasn't on stream, but I have done it. I've taken Buzzwole to Masterball previously. So this hand is great if we get to keep it. As the catch. Look at this guy. He's using the Nukachu. Don't let this thing fool you. This is the one that nukes you from orbit. We need to be careful about that. They waste Guzma on one Rocky Helm. We have another. We'll see what happens here. And it is Copycat. Tried Slowbro Suicune on casual. I don't really like Slowbro, man. This is just... First of all, this deck absolutely turns it into mincemeat. Second, Oricorio. And third, it's so clunky with the 3 retreat costs. I feel like it should be 2. I feel like that would make it so much more useful or usable. Because the moment you're trying to use Lyra, you're banking on the fact that your Pokemon is going to get damage, which will open you up to like Cyrus. If I knew that my opponents, everyone was using, you know, Lyra strats, I would main deck 2 Cyruses, because then I'm controlling the game, right? So yeah, those are my thoughts. Ouch, that tickled. So, question, should I or should I not? Ooh, I probably should, right? Also, why are they using hiking trail? Like, that just doesn't make sense. Sweet. I'm gonna Copycat here, why not? It's basically a professor. I don't really need these cards right now. What I would need is more Pokemon in the back. Okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Another Electric. I don't know. Because we can do this. We can also kind of do this. I'm pretty sure the base damage is 80, which is, in turn, I'm pretty sure that is more than enough to just, you know, deal with whatever this situation is right here, right? And then not only do we get 2 points, which means Manectric is at full capacity. But we also get to draw one card thanks to their hiking trail, which is brilliant. Snorlax and Gang, just like Snorlax Gengar. Yeah. Any good pulls? Yes. This, actually. I think I have it on my main as well. I pulled it on my main. Also, I was super lucky to get... Oh, no, yeah. On my main account, I have both rainbows from this set. And by the way, we win. So yeah, I got 2 Kalem. Yeah, I also have 1 Kalem, 2 Rainbow Manectric, and Immersive Mew. Yeah, the Immersive Mew as well. I pulled them back to back. I just wish one of them were the shiny one, but it doesn't really matter. Like, whatever. I also came around with Mega Manectric. I was criticizing this card of how it should be a comeback card, but honestly, I failed to realize that this is an aggro card. That's all it is. I failed to realize it has 0 retreat cost, which is always really, really good. And I failed to realize that the way you play this deck is you try to score a quick point or 2 on your opponent, and then they can't stop you. You kill them before they kill you. Aggro. I'm a control player at heart, so sometimes it takes me time to kind of realize these strategies, but I was wrong about Manectric, and I am absolutely... Okay, what about my phone? Cool. Oh, shoot, I forgot to... I'm waiting for a package, and I forgot to tell the guy my email and my phone number, which is something you need if you want a package sent to you. We're getting about, I think, 18 cards in the mail. Those are the real pulls I care about nowadays, by the way. And it's... I would be okay having the absolute worst, most rubbish luck possible for 2 months, 3 months straight in Pokemon TCG Pockets on all my accounts. I would be okay not pulling anything straight for 2 months if I could have better pulls in real life. Oh my god. Look at this copycat, by the way. My other account has Iris too. I could not pull Iris. I've wonder picked Iris like 2 or 3 times and it was a miss every single time. And I got 2 full art Gengar, not the shiny. Oh, I think I have that on my main account. I'm not really sure, but that one is a cool one. I really want the full art Charizard, which I don't have. But hopefully I will be able to pull for it. In fact, we're going to do that once I send this chap my info. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna open. Is it gonna open? It is gonna open. Let's multi-box. The thing I'm opening right now is Lugia, because I really want the Rainbow Espeon. That's the only reason. By the way, we need to play the other game as well. Look at the Master Multi-Boxer. Have we won, by the way, on the main account? Oh, wait. We've also won. Wait, why am I summoning these things? We just win if I do this. Easy peasy. Okay. Oh, this is really difficult to do in the mirror. There we go. Did we get it? No, we did not. That's fine. Because we're accumulating points, and I am at about... I need about, I think, 89 or 88 or something packs to open for me to just be able to craft it, which is fantastic. It's... But let's see if we have. I think I should have my wonder pick. That is for the two, you know, the 2-star wonder pick. The 24-hour wonder pick, I think it's called. It should have been yesterday, but I didn't get anything yesterday, and I'm not getting anything today. What? Why? This is weird. It feels like they've skipped a day of 24-hour wonder picks on my account. Why is that? I thought it's every 2 days. It should be every 2 days. And I'm positive I didn't have one yesterday, which is when I should have had one. Yep, none of these are. I'm taking a closer look. None of these are none of these are 24 hours. Maybe by the afternoon. I don't know. Sometimes that happens. I have to go to work now, but I'll return when I arrive at the office. Okay, take care. Yeah, it kind of sucks on the main account that I don't have the thing. But we're Ultra 1 now. Fantastic. Absolutely fabulous. It takes something like 40 minutes for you to arrive. Wow. It takes me less than 10 seconds. Because it's just the other room. That's the bedroom. The other side of that wall. Takes me 10 seconds, maybe less. But yeah. But I'm also a stupid, like, modern day hippie. Probably not the best influence if you want to have a nice and steady, you know, tech job or whatever. Does that even exist anymore? I've just seen a video today about how, like, tech jobs in the US, I don't know anything about them really. How tech jobs in the US were these, like, really cozy, like, you work, I don't know, a few hours a day, and then you go into the office spa or the office, like, chill space and have yoga classes, and you have, like, Michelin star chefs cooking for you, stuff like that. And how that stuff is now over because of Elon, basically, who bought Twitter and said, well, if you're not going to work hard, you might as well leave. And now people are... So he succeeded with that business model. And people are now expected to work, like... I think that the new thing is 996 instead of a 9 to 6. Which is 996 is you're working from 9 to 9, 6 days a week. And I'm like, wow. I would never ever work for someone else for 12 hours, 6 days a week. Never. Working on my own business, 996, perfectly fine. But working for someone else, for me to just be let go, who knows when it's going to happen? No, never. Let's end the turn. I should have put an energy on the electric. Electric. I don't know what pronunciation is here. I'm not even trying to pretend that I know. Bro is here. Slow bro. One thing the opponent is not taking into account is how Manectric is not able to give any more energy to that thing. The other thing they're not taking into account is that training area is premature. Because if I draw my own stadium, then you're in trouble. Especially considering the fact that I can just copycat and have even more advantage here. Okay, we would really appreciate a Manectric. There we go. Fantastic. We get 2. You can choose. I choose the SIR. And basically, we get rid of the Manectric. Slowbro can eat the Zara Aura. And I think we will still have enough damage. More than enough. For the Slowbro to go down. There's 180, 110 from the Manectric. Oh, yeah. Your Highness. Your Grace. Okay, so Hiking Trail and Zero Manectric deck is OP. Yep, it is. 100%. Agreed. They're not in the worst position possible. Not by a long shot. I would have been smarter had I put an energy on the Oreo. We have a slight chance of getting the electric gun thing, which has a slight chance. Well, it has a 50% chance of giving Oreo the energy it needs. Which one is it? There we go. I'm communicating with the chap who's sending me the stuff. So I wonder if I should go Manectric here. I probably should. I probably should because I can still two-shot this despite the thing, despite the heavy helm. Because it's -20 but +20 because of weakness. So it's basically back to square one. It's 140 damage. There's no reason not to oh yeah, 110 of course. Yeah. But still, that's still two shots in. Barring any heals, which they might actually run. I don't know. I'm also basically safe playing the Electrike, even if it gets demolished. Okay. One thing I could have done retrospectively is... Yeah, okay, never mind. One thing I could have done was wait with the energy distribution, but hey. So barring any heals, but the heal would need to be like, what can heal this? This can be healed by Lucky Pop twice. If it pops twice, then they are golden. It can pop once, that's fine. If it pops another time, I'm gonna cry. Maybe not really, but like, please just give it a tails. That's it. One heads, one tails. It's not gonna happen. It's the miracle. It's the miracle Lucky Ice Pop. Sometimes that happens and can't really do much about it. Oh, so you gotta fully heal this stupid slow, bro. This is me having fun, by the way. Oh, the dream was shattered. The dream of the full heal was shattered to pieces. How are you going to live with yourself now? Oh, no, wait. I was wrong. Oh, but I was right. I was right. I was wrong, but I was right. Okay, would it be... It would have been nice to... Oh, well. Would have been nice to get heads on this. Because then we would be able to retaliate here. Which we're not currently able to do. That's fine. Okay. And now we've got the heals, of course. It would have been nice to get that, like, the previous turn. Okay. They got greedy. That's perfect. What? Why would you... I don't get it. Just finish the job. Dude. They were thinking about what to do. You have lethal, mate. Just finish the job so we can be on our merry way. There's so much menuing to do still in this game. Well, that was rather unlucky. We are able to beat any water deck, including that deck, with relative ease. And I feel like had anything just gone not the way that it has, like for example, them popping the freaking Lucky Pop 5 times, I think. Yeah, had any of those went differently, we would have won. But hey, that's fine, I guess. All is fine. Well, I'll start 0. I also should have started with Electrike, I think, in that specific scenario, but I wasn't expecting Mantine, to be fair. I'll put them on Electrike, it's fine. Let's see what we are facing. Entei. Okay. I haven't faced this deck yet, which is interesting. Entei, I'm pretty sure means Charizard. So we want to have a lean hand. We have the end game cards here in the hand. The only problem is that we're missing, well, the actual Pokemon for the end game. So I would copycat these in a heartbeat. We would need the copycat for that. We would love to get any sort of drawing card. Okay. Wait, basically, I mean, basically, if we were able to get just a Manectric next turn, 2 in 13, I think that would be fine. Because Manectric has enough damage. No, it doesn't have enough damage on the Entei. I'm stupid. Wait. It will have enough damage if they attack. If they do decide to attack. Okay. Cool. Manectric, and we pretty much win. Because we have the endgame stuff. We just need the endgame monster. Bingo. So easy. So we have lethal on the Entei, and even if they have double, what's that? Double flame patch in the hand, this thing is probably not turning into a Charizard, which is what we're banking on. That thing is not turning into a Charizard anytime soon. And even if it does, and even if it energizes, even if it does turn into Charizard X, the maximum amount of damage they're able to do is 110 to this Manectric right now. But we are doing 140, so I'm not really sure what the plan of action here is, because it's 140 here, 140 there. I don't know, but we'll see. If they are not, they have realized that. We have aggroed the heck out of that matchup. So many menus. I'm so sleepy today. Oh, goodness me. Would be nice getting to Ultra 3 today, maybe Ultra 4 if we're really lucky. But I'm not going to push it more than that. I will need to end stream in about 1.5-ish hours. I just have way too much to do. But I truly mean it when I say that I want to become a streamer as well. And the reason you can tell is this. I feel absolutely fine. In fact, I prefer that right now I have a stream with just the occasional viewer. I'm perfectly fine, sitting here by myself and doing this stuff, because I feel like I'm not a good streamer yet. I do streams. I am streaming, so in that regard, I am a streamer, basically. But I am not good enough as a streamer yet. I need to be better. I need to be able to talk to the camera better. I need to do all that sort of stuff. I need to be able to be comfortable doing all that sort of stuff. And I'm not there yet, which is great because no pressure. I might have just 5 viewers. I might have just 2 viewers. I might have just 1. I might have just 0. I still need to learn how to bring my A game when I'm hungry, when I'm sleepy, when the game doesn't really go the way I want it to go, all that stuff, right? And this is excellent practice for that. And I would rather be just doing this than you know, have a bunch of viewers and having to, you know, try and learn like that. This is so much better as a learning environment than anything above this, than anything would be with like 15 viewers, 20 viewers, where I have to do this, where I have to be able to do this. Where I have to be able to do this every single day. And there is no say in the things. Today, like right now I could decide to just not stream and do my other, arguably more important things. But I decided to stream and do this because I want to genuinely become a streamer who is comfortable doing this stuff. And for that, I am sacrificing about 3 hours of my time 4 times a week for that to happen. And I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm not really liking out chances here. Especially like that. But all the other Pokemon are asleep. I was not able to get them. Finally, Zeraora, fantastic. We might even be able to bring it online, but won't really achieve much. That play. It really won't achieve much. I'll do it still. Not much else I can do. This will quite literally do 0 damage. Unless I bring the Scyther. But that just puts the Mega Caesar at an advantage here. So, not really sure if I should do that. Yes, minus 50 damage. I might as well just, you know, skip attacking. Yeah. And there is a very real chance they just Cyrus win here. Oh. Yep. This was by far my most, or my unluckiest start. I had nothing. Plus I went second. Oh no, I went first, they went second, which is much better for that hand, for the hand they specifically had, compared to going first for them, but also getting like, yeah, anyway, my deck is phenomenal at going first if I have Zeraora in the hand, which I didn't. And we're also okay going first if we have more than 1 Pokemon in the starting hand, which we didn't. Sometimes that happens. It's fine. I need to keep checking my phone. Okay, we do have a thing. We do have a thing. Sorry. Okay, again, Solar Electric. Technically, it's a good start against this specific field, which is interesting. I kind of don't want to give him. I kind of don't want to give him ground here. I'll just skip the turn. I'll just do that. I don't want to give the absolute targets. It was so much fun. Okay, it's not going to happen, but I said I wanted to say it would be so much fun if they goose mud this, because then I could hiking trail properly. I will have to call the Oreo now. 100%. Need to do that. Okay, this is pretty good. Not the best. Maybe let's say Electric survives and we get a Manectric. Well, okay. That's kind of let down. Do they have the thing? I don't think they have the thing. But will we have the thing? 2 in 10, 20% of getting a Manectric. Might be premature, honestly. Might be. Could be considered premature, but I will 100% go for it. I will also go for Copycat, for sure. Okay. Manectric? I mean, Electric? Cool. So, wheat, and there you go. I really wish I would feel super safe if this popped, but maybe that doesn't really matter too much because Dino turning into Hydreigon can just snatch the Oreo, so it doesn't really matter, right? Okay. So basically, if they don't have heals, which they do, I'm stupid, I forgot about the Indeedee. How could I? We win with, wait, what? No, we do not win. Like, we're missing 10 for lethal. I was about to say we win if we Sabrina. The thing we do with Sabrina though, which is important, is that if they don't have something like X speed, then the Hydreigon will not be able to attack, right? So I think it's worth doing this. We definitely have a better chance of surviving this way, because we need an extra turn. We just need one. I'm okay taking this risk. We might even draw Cyrus. Very, very high chance of that. Like 50%, which will give us the match. Thanks to snatching Indeedee, being able to snatch Indeedee. It's going to be a 1 in 3. Because if they do this now, right, Hydreigon is not able to attack. Simple as that. Simple as that. And now we have a 33% chance of just winning. Which will be a 100% chance because of Professor in... oh! Huh! Interesting. Okay. Oh, bingo. Easy. Hello. And goodbye. And goodbye. I keep checking my phone because I'm waiting for a package. A very, very special package. And it should be arriving today. It's so dumb. Someone is trying to send me this. Someone is trying to send me a package, and all of the boxes that I usually use have to be full or something, because none of them are available except for one that I have not ever heard about. I don't even know where this is. So I guess I'll have to go on an adventure to find that one. Which is why whatever I just did there is the reason why you need to start talking slower. Because sometimes, many times, the tongue is faster than the brain. Or is the brain faster than the tongue? Whichever it might be, they're not in sync. And that kind of sucks. Oh, how I would have loved going second here with the Electrike. But I mean, okay. So this is always a 50-50 chance with the Igglybuff. It doesn't really matter who goes first or second. Okay. Give me something cool, Professor. Okay, we have the end game hand. The Mars, Sabrina, Cyrus. We don't need it. So we'll give it away, probably. Oh, my neck. It would, however, be lovely if they didn't reset the copycat out of the hand. That's it? Oh my god. Okay, so it's a 50% chance we just win. And the 50% is happening right now. Okay, we win. Easy. We win. Fantastic strategy, this one is. Good. That was a free one. Okay. What are we getting this time around? Psychic. Okay. So we are going second and it is Psychic. I think this is when we start Electrike. Lovely, lovely start. It's Drowsy. Okay. It's one of those like shenanigan kind of Psychic decks. I think Drowsy Hypno's effect is that for every is that the one that for every supporter in your grave discard pile you get plus 20 attack, something like that. I'm not quite sure actually. We'll see. They will put us to sleep, which is fine because Manectric, right? Oh, Oreo is nice. Oreo is very, very nice. And then let me taste you. There we go. This Drowsy, by the way, this artwork is so sick. I love it. Who is Soichiro Gunjima? Okay, I mean, it sounds Japanese. But I haven't seen any of their cards necessarily. Okay, they have fully healed the Drowsy. Fantastic. It shouldn't matter in the grand scheme of things. As long as they don't have any other Pokemon, we just win. We just win. Which is why I will always consider sleep strats second tier. It doesn't even matter that this is heads. The reason being is when you evolve a Pokemon, just like I'm doing right now, Mega Manectric, you are healed of status effects. So now I'm just able to, regardless of what happens here, I'm just able to attack. Very, very simple. That was another free one. Love when you get free ones. We tend not to get these at higher ranks. But I would say in general, until Masterball, it's pretty chill. People are using all sorts of strategies. And why shouldn't they? The Drowsy strats, the Hypno strats, if it's the one I think it is, that's a really fun one to use. If it works. The problem is, most of the time, it doesn't work. My deck kind of punishes people. This is a difficult to explain concept. The way my deck works is it's aggressive. It's really good at dishing out damage that is usually enough to get me 1 or 2 kills. It's really good at that. If my opponent's strategy works before I'm able to pull that, then I'm in trouble, because I have really... This deck has big trouble coming back from a disadvantage. If right now this Oricorio is the only thing I'm going to have for the next 5 turns, I will lose for sure. But that doesn't really happen that often. And if my opponent takes too long, I will take the advantage and I will be able to step on the gas pedal even harder, because Manectric is able to, you know, one-shot stuff like Entei. And the thing is, many decks who are like more of these like C-tier, like casual kind of decks really work if they work and really don't if they don't. Those usually take time to set up, which is what I capitalize on. So I love playing this deck because it has an inherent advantage against strategies that are trying to take time, that are trying something out of the ordinary, because if this works, if I pull this 5-card combo, it's just gonna work. I don't need a 5-card combo. Sometimes all I need is just a Manectric and a Sabrina in hand, and I win. And we are 1 card away from that, and it's turn 2. Rocky Helm, okay. I might just give up my position. I have enough energy. The thing we're going to do is kind of this. I don't want to use Oricorio, the HP on Oricorio. So we're going to sacrifice the HP on Zeraora. I also kind of want to make sure that they're not able to get away with hurting Zeraora for free. I think what they're trying to do here is Charmeleon. Another Entei, cool. Entei is also one of those Pokemon that there's barely any difference between the shiny and the non-shiny. The only real difference is like the face mask, how it's like grey, whereas on the normal one it's red. That's the main difference. And then the fur here is a bit more like tanned. See? Oh. I think my thing is here. Oh. My wife is going to get it. Great. Great. I can't wait. I mean, I don't have to wait anymore now. Yep. It is the thing I was waiting for. It is the thing I was waiting for. Lovely stuff. Lovely, lovely stuff. Shout out to my wife, who is taking one for the team, because she's the one going out and not me. Okay, so if I get Manectric, very nice. Then we start our attack run in Star Wars terms. Might be a bit crazy, but this is what you do with this deck. You step on the gas and you don't let up. We have Lucky Pop and Sabrina to bring it home. Very, very simple stuff. Basically, what I'm banking on is them not having Charizard Y in the hand. Heck yeah! Don't show our address on the screen. There we go. This is the this is our address, so we're not going to show that. But this is the package I was waiting for. Heck yeah! Okay, how do I do this without showing our address live on the internet? Probably like this. Wait, I want to be able to just open this casually. Okay. Lovely stuff, because we win. Pretty. This is exactly the calculations I was going for. I guess you can still kind of see our thing. If I go like that. Dude, I won. Just give up. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure it's like that. Shout out to my friend from the UK who sent this to me. Ooh, this removes the address. Fantastic. Shout out to my friend from the UK who sent me this. Let's remove everything. Oh, it's an ad break. Okay, we are going on a... I'll wait for everyone to come back. Okay, ads are almost over. In the meantime, I'm making sure that I destroy everything that is readable on this label. You can read parcel. That about it. Okay, and even that is getting destroyed right now. There's a bit of another address showing here, so let's destroy that. You really don't want to dox yourself on the internet. That's kind of a lame way to go. But they do say that that is inevitable. The longer you stream and do stuff on the internet, right? Well, hopefully it's never going to be true in our case, which is great. The adverts are over. Everyone is back. So we can take a look at what's in the box in a moment. There we go. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. That should be 100% destroyed. So, funny story. Okay, there we go. I was finally notified of a UK Poke Center drop. Now, I did say that I am in Central Europe, and we don't really have a Pokemon Center here, which is a shame. Want to see? Want to check? My wife is right here. Okay, so take a look at that. That has been destroyed properly. So the Pokemon drops are, you know, you have like maybe an hour to buy stuff because all the scalpers are trying to, you know, get their grubby hands on everything. And this time I managed to get a box. Wow, we look disheveled here. It's the light I'm not using at the moment. It's just, okay, that looks so much nicer. So this was back in February. And look at what we've got. Okay, this is another paper I kind of don't want to show, right? Okay, right. Because it could contain information that I don't want to show on stream. Which, yeah, it kind of does. But take a look at this. So first of all, we've got perfect order stuff. I was able to buy this. I keep saying we, but it was just me. But also, like, we as in I had my mate, my really good mate in the UK, and he helped me. Oh yeah. Whoops. We've got two of these that I could buy from the Poke Center. We get one of these. We also got from the Poke Center. It's looking nice. Snug. Pretty good. And the main thing, you want to come take a look? The main thing is, of course, whoops, the Poke Center ETB. This is my first time seeing one in real life, which is always nice because you get not just the one promo, right? But two promos. I feel like we should maybe probably open one. I don't really know if I really want to open it. But because I mean, Perfect Order doesn't really have that many great cards in them. Or in it. I do like personally do like the SIR of Mega Zygarde. Zygarde is one of my favorite Pokemon. Like it's, let's say, in my top 5 favorite legendaries. Probably not, because I mean Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza, Mewtwo, and I really like the Sword Doggo, aka I wanted to say his name so quickly. He's not my favorite. I just like the design. Yeah, probably Zygarde would be after those. Because I don't really, but I mean Darkrai is also very good. But Darkrai is a mythical. Yeah, anyway. I'm so glad that I could buy these, finally, at retail. Do not buy these from scalpers. I'm not going to sell these. Well, I think I'm just going to keep these, honestly. Because I don't really plan on, like, opening them anytime soon. I feel like if you are selling stuff that has been out of print for, like, 4 years... yeah, that's not scalping at that point. If I were to be like, because I paid retail for this, which is, I think it was like 40 quids, right? Which is what you should be able to pay for these. If I were to turn around and sell this right now for like 140 quids, then I'm a scalper. If I turn around 5 years from now and say to people, hey, I have this, I don't really need it, I'll never open it. At that point, it's a collector's piece. Because it's not being printed at all, ever again. At that point, I personally feel okay selling it. But you pulled DS, I pulled SR in Japanese and Gold Zygarde in EN. Gold Zygarde, very good. That's the rare card. I do prefer the SIR though. It looks really nice. But nothing. Yeah, honestly, I really like the Tyrantrum. But it's kind of not really like my favorite art style. So yeah, I think for now I'm just gonna keep these sealed. Should I open it or should I keep it sealed? I'm super glad that worked. So what I'm trying to say with all of this, moral of the story, if you catch, and there are like Discord groups. I almost said Facebook groups. There are Discord groups for this sort of stuff. If you're able to get a there we go back. There we go. If you're able to get a notification or something, I think the Pokemon Center is now rolling out a new like thing where you if you're in the newsletter, then based on some criteria not discussed, they will know if you're like just one person with one account, and you will be given a chance, you would be given a ticket to buy, well this stack. This is the stack you're able to buy as one person. 2 ETBs, 2 booster bundles, and then one booster box. And that's great. Can you order from the Pokemon Center in any country? If you're in Europe, like me, then you're out of luck. These are from the UK. The only reason I was able to buy them is because I have a friend in the UK. That's simple as that. So yeah, shout out to them actually for helping me set this up, because we needed an address in the UK, we needed a card in the UK, all that jazz, and they were really nice and helped me with all the stuff. And of course I paid for everything, and then they also sent me the package. You know, they took time to do that. And the reason I'm able to do this is because I have friends there, IRL. I wanted to, I even wanted to, I was considering visiting them in the UK, because technically it's you know, it's still, UK is still Europe, like geographically, and we have very nice plane tickets to the UK, quite cheap. And I was like, I can just pop over, you know, I can just pop over. Because me and my wife, we really just need a reason. We just need an excuse to go to the UK. And I wish we actually could go, but they had some arrangements, like their parents, because it's like a brother and sister combo, my friends, or our friends, I should say, because my wife is also friends with them. And their parents were there for like a couple of weeks. It's so funny because usually when you're a kid, well, they're not kids anymore, right? But when you're a kid, it's like, or when you are a young adult, you are sometimes you have to crash on the couch of someone. But here the situation was kind of the other way around, because the parents were crashing at theirs. I don't know, it's funny. Anyway, because of that, we were not able to visit, and also like the timing was kind of bad for me because I had a card show coming up and stuff. But yeah, next time, maybe next time, because there are always releases. Okay, interesting. Really bad hand, but seems like their luck isn't that much better, so let's just go. I really wish we had the thing. Buying MSRP is so hard because most of the stores are scalping at this point. Yeah, it's true. The stores are waiting for the secondary market when they get the ETBs, and they are like, okay, let me just see how much this costs on card markets, which I'm pretty sure is the same as eBay. Here in Europe, we mostly use a card market for that. It's like it's a marketplace for cards, and they take less fees, way less than eBay, and it's really safe to use. So that's what we base the prices on. And it's some stores, online stores, they will just wait. They will just wait and see if the prices, you know, jump high, and then that's the price at which they sell. My advice: never ever buy from those stores. I don't know if this is just Hungary or not. We have plenty of stores you can buy from, and I have befriended in person one that is really nice. This store is always selling at MSRP or as close to MSRP as possible, because those are the MSRPs are going up as well. They're opening their physical store as we speak. I think it's this week, literally. They have been working on that for a long time. So you can tell it's a couple, it's a family-owned business. They can tell you can tell their heart is in the business, you know. And I'm more than happy to pay for their products, because those are, again, pretty much MSRP, and I love to see that. I absolutely love to see that. I'm okay supporting them because I want to see them succeed as well. And why can't we play Hiking Trail? You can't play a stadium card with the same name. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. So, but we have quite a few stores, mainly online, that I would never buy from because of that. And like, and the other thing is, anytime you see a store, for example, so selling something like a Poke Center exclusive box, you know, just as part of the repertoire of things they're selling online, like, just don't buy from them. This you should only be able to buy this. You should only ever be able to buy this from the Poke Center website, or, well, physically from the Poke Center. And yeah, well, I mean, unless they're selling it at MSRP, yeah, then I would buy. But like, who would do that? That was a really unlucky loss there for us. I literally drew no Pokemon that I could have played. So yeah, one thing I'm trying to talk about. So one thing regarding the Pokemon card hobby that I'm trying to talk about is how, if you live in the bubble that we now call the internet, it will be very easy for you to think that everything is being scalped, the shelves are empty, except for Perfect Order, and that everything is all doom and gloom. That is not the case. You will be able to find, if I'm able to find physical stores and really, really nice online stores in Hungary, Central Europe, which is infamous for being forgotten by the rest of the world. If I'm able to do that, you're able to do that. You don't need to go out and buy from scalpers. You are able to find stuff at retail, probably. You might need to be a bit more cheeky about it, but here is the kicker. Even if you're not able to find stuff at retail, largely you don't really want to open stuff anyway. Largely speaking, you can just buy the singles and be done with it. I could, for the retail, for the price of what this is going on right now on the scalper markets, I could pretty much buy the Meowth and the Zygarde SIR and probably even the Clefairy for the same money. So there's no need for you to buy product. Loads of people are buying product. Loads of people are opening product. You can just buy what they've opened. But I'm an addict. Yeah, see, well, that's a different problem then. But it's nice to be upfront about it for yourself, for your own sake as well. Do not be addicted. I know people who are like, oh, but I must open. I must see what's inside. It's calling me. It's my precious. My precious. I'm not like that. Yeah, I can just be like, well, it's fine. It's cool. I don't really care about it. I may sell it in 5 years from now, in 2031, if someone wants to buy. If not, that's cool. I can just keep looking at it. Maybe I'll open it and get the promo, because that's what I want from it. And I don't know, sell the packs or whatever, because I don't really care. But yeah, so many people are addicts, and that's not a good thing. That's in that case, it's a great thing you can't buy stuff at MSRP, because this is a loser's game. This is very much a loser's game. Every single set you're going to lose on. Even the best sets that are worth opening, you will lose money on. It's just the name of the game. Yes, sometimes you will buy a triple blister. Sometimes. Some people buy a single triple blister and they open the SIR. They open the card that is they open the card that costs 500 euros, 600 US dollars. It happens to some people. And do you know what that makes people do? It reinforces the bias that, hey, oh, I succeeded. I pulled the SIR. I'm betting you I'm able to do that again. Yep. And you know you should quit. You know you should quit while you are ahead. But you are just keep buying the thing. But you just keep buying the thing. You keep opening the thing until the I have succeeded fallacy, whose name I kind of forgot, or I'm blanking on it currently. That fallacy turns into the sunken cost fallacy. I am one booster pack away from the Umbreon SIR. That's all I need. And I will have one. And that's when it becomes really, really bad. Way to avoid that? Treat this hobby as a one-off thing. Treat it as, okay, I'm just going to buy some packs, you know. I could spend money on way worse, on things way worse, like cigarettes, I don't know. I'm just going to open these. My monthly allowance, as far as opening stuff, is 3 packs, 5 packs, whatever. I'm going to open those. See if there's something inside. It's fun. It's exciting to open stuff. It's exciting. That's what it is. And you just accept that that is money that you could have spent on, I don't know, 2 tickets to the movies, 2 tickets to the theater, something like that. You accept that this is just some money you're spending on the hobby, on the exciting part of the hobby. And that's it. That's it. Because in any other case, if you think that you can game the system and you can get an advantage by opening more and more packs, you are delusional and you are absolutely ruining your own financial chances, or, well, the chances of this ever being a healthy hobby for you. This is not, Pokemon is not about opening stuff. Pokemon TCG, it's kind of in the name. It is about trading the cards that you open. It has become way too big of a hobby, way too expensive, way too quickly, by the way, for it to be worth opening the packs. There is money to be had here. There's money to be made here, and people have realized it. And unfortunately, that is the name of the game. In an open market situation, that is always what's going to happen. Whatever's popular has money in it. Whatever has money in it will... It's just, you know, it's just like flies to the... I don't want to say, but you know what I mean. And that will happen every single time. The only way to come out on top is to not play the game. Because there are so many addicts, because there are so many people who are opening packs, who are ripping packs, the market is full of singles. It is absolutely full of singles that you can just buy, usually below MSRP, usually below card market low, CM low, as we call it. And that is what you should be playing. This is how you can get. Right now, you can play the Pokemon TCG game. You can play the I want to buy Pokemon cards game for very, very cheap. It is so cheap to get so many great looking cards, many of which are probably going to go up in price eventually, but all of whom will always look great and probably even better later down the line because of nostalgia building up around them. Like the longer I keep looking at my Pokemon cards, the more nostalgia I feel towards them already. Kind of strange, but that's sort of how it works. So there's absolutely no need for you. When people are trying to, when people are crying about how there's no product on the shelves, it doesn't matter. There's so much stuff you can buy. Even at card shows, you're able to buy stuff for very, very cheap. I mean, if you come to me and the card you want is, you know, 5 to 10 euros and you're a kid, chances are I'll just give it to you, you know, because there's no worth in those like smaller cards for me as a vendor. I'd rather you have a great day and get a card for free than, you know, me making a quick buck or whatever. Hydreigon Absol is still good. Yes, it is. Yes, it absolutely is. I have, however, taken that deck twice to Masterball, so I don't feel like playing it. And that is, of course, referring to Pokemon TCG Pockets here. They got the Floragato. We're not able to snatch anything here. That's fine. I'll just kind of do like that. I'll just roll with the punches for now. Keep a lean hand. Any moment we will... At any moment we will... So we have 2 professors in the deck, 1 copycat and 1 hiking trail. All of which would be very nice to draw. On top of that, just getting a Manectric, we're pretty much in the end game. With maybe needing another Cyrus to make that really work. I mean, if this thing turns into Masquerada, how much HP is that? I'm trying to think. That should be 130, right? So even if the Erica 130 goes down to 110, that's problematic because... But they don't have it. Okay, cool. If this Floragato attacks now and we pull Manectric, we have a Manectric that is able to KO the Floragato, which is fantastic. Professor, there's our drawing card, one of the 4 that we wanted. And okay, we have the endgame cards. We're just missing the endgame monster. That's the only thing we are missing. Technically, we could make the Zero Aura live, which I kind of feel like doing, honestly. We have the energy to do so. So, yeah. We will either make them waste another... not Lily. We will either make them waste another Erica, or we will make them waste a Cyrus, or they will evolve into Masquerada. Yeah, there we go. There's the Erica. That kind of lows. I don't want to use Hiking Trail just yet. I don't know the deck lists very well for these decks. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, we have Professor. I kind of forgot about Professor. Ooh, Lucky Pop. Lucky Pop. Or we just go with the Manectric. I think we just go with the Manectric, because finally we have it. Now, this is a very strong position to be in. The only Pokemon that are damaged are Pokemon that I don't really care about. Have they given up? Have they given up? Oh, they have the thing that they wanted to have. Fantastic. That's 130, which is a bit above our paycheck here. Which means we'll really put ourselves in a tough spot should they have Cyrus, which is entirely possible to be had. Well, it really depends on if we're able to Lucky Pop our way out of this situation as well. I mean, we would have to heal for lots. I will attempt it. And I can almost guarantee you, if this pops like 5 times, they will just quit. We only need it to pop 4 times, really. So that's 1. Okay. And yeah, we only get a 1. So the thing that we can do here, or we should do, is of course this, because we die otherwise. If they have Cyrus, GG. If they don't have Cyrus, we still don't have enough damage. We will if they attack the Zero Aura. Yep, cool. Unfortunate. Unfortunately, we had no way of dealing with that outcome. Sometimes it'd be like that. Okay, an ad break is coming on Twitch, so I am going to take a personal break as well, and I'll be back. This is the perfect timing because we are in between 2 games. Okay, I'm back and we still have a bit of ad break to suffer through. Okay, let's just... Okay, 15 minutes of ads, still. 15 minutes. I meant to say 15 seconds, please. 15 minutes. Anyone running 15 minutes of ads is crazy. Huh. Okay, if we're going first against water, yeah, I'm thinking Zero Aura for sure. Froakie, but the one that costs 2 to attack. What a strange choice. Huh. Let's do this. Jenny. I don't even mind if this doesn't work. I mean, of course, I would have loved if it worked, but this is our 7th Tails in a row, something like that. I don't even care at this point, but we do get more cards with Copycat, which is the preferred outcome anyway. We'll pop Oreo down, of course. We'll do this. We'll do that. Bada beam, bada boom. And the turn. I'm not afraid of Suicune. I'm comfortable flooding my field with stuff. We have a KO on that Froakie. We have a KO on that Froakie. GG. GG. For every game we lose in a spectacular fashion, tooth and nail style, we get another game where that's just free. We just win turn 3, it's all done and dusted. We've already won. We've had 2 of those last time. It's so annoyingly slow, the menuing in this game. Oh, goodness me. We're going second against Darkness. Very, very likely to be... Yeah, I think Electric is the answer here. And if Oricorio gets switched in, it's fine. It's Igglybuff. Okay, Electric was the correct answer here. It's still gonna come down to a coin toss, which is unfortunate. But yeah. Princess Alina, by the way, thank you for the follow. Over on Twitch. Oh, my neck hurts a bit. Okay, they have the Dream Stars. Quite literally. Here's what my Dream Star would look like. First of all, we start with heads right now. Heads, please. Okay. It is very likely that we have lost that Electric. Because it won't live to see the day of becoming a Manectric. If we are able to get heals, no, we're not able to get heals, which just sucks. Okay. Did you pack everything on pockets or trade some cards? Did you pack everything? What do you mean? Like, did I open everything from packs? You mean? This is just an alt account. I'm just playing it for fun, basically. I know that's a weird concept for people nowadays, just playing for fun, but yeah. Basically, I've never paid a dime for any of my time spent playing Pokemon TCG Pocket on any account. I've never spent a dime on this game at all, and I never will. This is not my main account. This is my alt account. I don't really... Why wouldn't you attack? That's weird. Huh. That is super weird. Because now I get to do stuff like this. That was weird. Time to open a new pack? We could do that. Our hand is really fat. This is the endgame stuff. This is the endgame monster. The only problem is kind of the positioning here. If they specifically have Hydreigon, they're able to call and Cyrus, we just lose. It's a 3-card combo. They have 4 cards to pull that off. Yeah. Let's see what happens. It would be so lovely, just once, to roll freaking heads. Just once. Just this one time. It would be so lovely. Fine, thank you. I hate it when I start complaining and then things finally start going my way. I hate that. Because I hate to be the complainer. But you can see it works for some reason. I don't understand why, but it does. So basically their combo's gone. At any point we will die if they have Cyrus and the Hydreigon ready to go. So yeah. So that's... But in any other case, so if we don't die next turn, they will die the turn after that. Basically what I'm trying to say. Because of Sabrina. Yay! Are we Ultra 2? We're not Ultra 2 yet, right? No, we're not. We are again at the cusp of becoming Ultra 2. So let's do it. When you said it's time to open a new pack here, did you mean new pack of like in TCG Pockets or like in real life, or TCG Pocket the new pack, which I'm not going to open because I have all the cards from it on this account, or just any pack? Loads of options I've showered you with. I don't love this hand. I'm gonna Mars just because I find that Darkness decks find this play really annoying because of the heavy dependency, of course, on rare candy. But there's always a chance of me just giving them exactly what they want. We're trading 4 cards for 3, so might not be the most optimum play. Copycat, okay. Especially with Copycat. It would be nice to get like an Electrike or something. Because they are having a load of tempo here. I definitely gave them a better hand, I feel like. Okay, can we replicate something close to the luck that they have been able to get? No, we cannot. The game is saying, yeah, we cannot, and also screw you. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. Because the thing is, what I suspect is going to happen, because it's just our luck. This is turning into a Hydreigon next turn. Which is great news for us, because that means that they will... If this turns into a Hydreigon, they will snatch the Zeraora. Okay, it's not turning into a Hydreigon. That is also good news. We do have a bit of popping going on in our lives. I do want to do some popping. But please pop this time. We're rolling so many more tails and heads. Ah, crap. Okay, anyway, whatever. What rotten luck we have. It doesn't really matter. We don't really need the luck. We need this Dino off of the field right now. Which we will be able to do momentarily. That thing will need an energy for sure. Copycat, give me 2 cards. Fantastic. Ooh, Zeraora is pretty nice, if you ask me. Just because I get rid of it. And put it down. Okay, so here's the thing. If the other Dino comes now. If the other Dino comes now and attacks into this Zeraora, becoming a Hydreigon, what does that look like damage-wise? 1... Okay, so there's a chance of them surviving if they're able to heal to the full. So they would have to evolve this into Hydreigon, pop the ability. Oof, this is bad news for my opponent right there. This is not what you would like to see. Without Hydreigon and with no like Absol in the back just ready to pop, yeah, it's GG. See, this is what the problem is with this deck. Whereas my deck being aggressive, like Zeraora is a very aggressive card. Someone asked, I think it was Ursa on YouTube. Yeah, someone asked about if this deck is a good one or not. And this is the answer. It's great had they have the Hydreigon and then the other Hydreigon as well. I would have probably lost. Maybe not, but I think so. But they didn't have that. And my deck is very quick to snatch a point. And once I snatch a point, Manectric is able to attack for 110. Once I snatch 2 points, if you are slow, if you're taking your sweet time, I'm able to attack for 140. Not much survives that. Yeah, sure enough. Absol would have survived it, but for how long? And Absol doesn't have, like Mega Absol, doesn't have the damage output to deal with Manectric. So at the end of the day, I would have won there. You need the Hydreigons, but for that field to make sense, they would have needed 2 copies of Rare Candy and 2 copies of Hydreigon, which they just didn't have. Which is why I would still say that deck is top tier. But you could just see a very, very basic defeat. They had everything going for them except for the... I reckon they had some part of the combo in the hand. They were just waiting for the Rare Candy or something like that. And it just didn't come. It just decided to not come at all. Whereas my deck needs less combo pieces, if that makes sense. Our damage output is much lower. And we have a really difficult time coming back if we ever, slow down. But that's just the nature of the game with aggro decks, especially Lightning aggro. Lightning aggro is able to generate so much tempo in the beginning stages, and then it just goes out of fuel. Like, at least the way I play it. There is a way to play control, but that is literally this deck list. That is a different deck list. This is control. Yeah, I don't have it. Anyway, so control. Am I able to build it though? I think I might be. Yeah, I'm not able to build it, but this would be, the deck. Magneton. And then you can also go like this, by the way. This would be the control lightning deck. Control style. This deck can come back from being behind. This deck can dish out late game damage. This deck benefits from taking more turns rather than, losing steam. This deck is generating steam the more turns you allow it to exist for. Whereas my deck, which is an aggro deck, it's an aggressive strategy. You need to step on the gas pedal and never let up. Same thing actually with the Absol deck. The reason it didn't work for them is because they were missing probably one key card for the entire thing to happen. Okay, so let's celebrate us going from Great 2 to Ultra 2 in one stream, because this is the end of the stream, unfortunately. I need to I need to go and grab. This wasn't even my first pack today, and I need to grab like 2 more. Plus, I need to edit videos. Plus, like I said, there's a stack of cards. There's a stack of cards that needs dealing with. A few sneak peeks as to what I'm holding in my hand. For all you EV enthusiasts out there, I love these cards so much. And I need to deal with them as well. Oof! And there's another combo here that I just love so much. Another combo I just love so much. And these are all in the original packaging as well. You can see. You can kind of see. Lovely, lovely stuff. So to celebrate all of that stuff, whatever. Let's just do like how Anne said. And let us open just a few packs, maybe just 10, because I kind of need or want, I guess, the again the rainbow from here, specifically the Glaceon, because I don't have that on my main account. I want to open that. Let's see if we are able to open the Glaceon. Specifically the Rainbow Glaceon. I'm also missing the Full Art Glaceon, so that wouldn't be the end of the world if we got that, but I just don't need that right now. First are the rainbows. First order is the collection of all the rainbows now on my main accounts. And also all the Full Art Megas. I kind of like them. I kind of really love them. Okay, so this is the big one. Okay, it's just okay. We don't need any of these, unfortunately. We have all of them. This is a sick artwork, by the way. I think probably the best unknown, and I think this is also a this illustration rare is unique to this game, which is nice. Which is very, very nice. Okay, we've got EX. We don't need it. Leafeon. It's nice to have. That was it. Ah, yeah, there's one more, but that is not. This Houndoom looks so sick. I was gonna say it. I don't know if this exists in real life. It probably doesn't. But again, don't really need them on this account. It's fine. So that was our 10-pack opener of a set I need absolutely no cards from, except for the Rainbow Rare, not even on this account. So yeah, I'm getting closer to just getting all the cards in the set. But yeah, that was about it. Ryan Tan. I'm always thinking, is this Ryan Trahan? And then I'm seeing the name and it's like, oh, could be Ryan Trahan. Could be Ryan Trahan in incognito mode, which is, if this is Ryan Trahan, lovely stuff, because I love you. If this is a different Ryan, still welcome. Cool name. Yeah. Very, very unfortunate as well, because you have just arrived at the end of the stream. We have went all the way from Masterball. What am I even talking about? This is what we did today. We went... Open Mega Shine, please. I have every card from Mega Shine. I have every single card from Mega Shine on 2 different accounts, almost 8. So yeah, not really gonna open that. Like on my main account, I literally have both of the rainbows and stuff like that. So we went all the way from Great Ball 2 to Ultra 2, which is lovely, and all it took us is 18 wins, and yeah, unfortunately we had 8 losses. We were almost 70% in the win rate department. So yeah, we could do better, I feel like. But yeah, it was, most of the time we lost was due to really rotten luck. Couple of key times, it was thanks to me being an absolute idiot. Which is fine. This is my first, 18 plus 8, was that 26 matches with this deck. Mistakes are bound to happen. Anyway, that was it for today. Thank you very much for checking the stream out. I will be live tomorrow as well from probably 10-ish a.m. in, I almost said Eastern, but what I meant to say was Central, CEST. Tomorrow we're going to continue this challenge. So we're going all the way up to Masterball. If this is done, I will switch to my main account where we will most likely be playing Caesar. I really want to play Caesar. My main account is starting from Ultra 1. So Ultra 1 to Masterball. We'll see how much time it takes Caesar to get that. That is probably going to be this week. And then from next week, I keep saying this, but I want to play a new game. Mystery game. It's going to be a game that we're going to spend a lot of time with. It's either going to be that game or maybe something else. I want to keep the casual vibes. I want to be able to talk like I did today. Sometimes it's difficult with games like Slay the Spire. What game surprise? Yes, indeed. I think we're going to enjoy that game. I think we will. And I think we might even, you know, get a few people interested in the stream just because of the game. We'll see. We'll see. It's one of those I might be able to just spend 1,000 hours in this game kind of game. So you'll see. You'll see. It will all make sense. And spoilers, it will not be Pokemon TCG online or live, I think it's called. As much as I would love to get into Pokemon TCG to play the game properly and not just be a collector, that just takes so much time. And knowing me, I used to be a competitor, it would just take all my brain power away. And right now we're in a life situation where I cannot allow myself to have that. It would be nice. It would be very, very lovely. I wish I were at the part of the journey where I can just, you know, decide to spend, kind of like Ludwig, where he has people taking care of his stuff. And then he can be just like, you know what, I'm just going to spend like 100 days learning freaking Minecraft speedrunning. I wish I were at that point, but right now I am running basically 2 businesses without much help. My wife is my only help. She's a huge help, but she has exams this week for which she has to just study. So I'm basically on my own for the past like 3 weeks, and it's very extremely tiring. But yeah, last night I was texting a friend to cosplay together or Latin American Championship. On Latin American Championship. Okay, what would be the cosplay you're going as? Some Pokemon related or something else? Poke cosplay, I think one of the most, like the funniest one would be, you know, some one of you, Pokemon related, yeah. One of you dress up as you know, Red or like Ash, and then the other one is Pikachu. That's funny. My Wi-Fi, I kind of wanna do, I don't really care too much for the anime, but I love the games. Obviously. So kind of something I would love to do someday is I dress up as Red and she dresses up as Leaf. And we're a cute little couple. At the next probably by the next Hungarian vendor show that I'm attending. Well, not the next, but the next one after the next one is going to be in June. And by then we might be able to dress up as those characters. It would be very, very nice because Red is my favorite character. Red and by extension Leaf. It's just such an iconic moment when you're in this game and you meet Red. Such an iconic moment. That was one of the best, like one of my top 5 best moments in gaming ever. When you meet Red in Silver, in Pokemon, well, Gold and or Silver. It's if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not even gonna keep talking because it's just that cool. You have Red's cap? No way. My avatar has this like modified version of Red, so I would probably dress up as my avatar with the little like this part of the cap is like black and then the rest is red. I used to have a baseball cap or snapback or whatever it's called nowadays. I used to have that, which was courtesy of the guy who actually sent me all this stuff. He actually gave it to my brother, and then I stole it from my brother because he was not using it. And I'm like, yeah, send pics if you do. If I do it, it's gonna be on YouTube. It's gonna be on YouTube. I need to up my YouTube game. I need to edit videos, which is exactly why I need to end this stream right now. It was really fun talking to all of you, and also ranking up 4 ranks. I'll take that. when I went to the comic as Ash and found a red there. Yeah, Team Rocket. Team Rocket would be funny as well. I could be James and my wife could be Jessie. Oh, it'd be fun. But I'm just not that big of a Team Rocket fan. I really like Giovanni, but Giovanni's kind of evil, right? I want to be the good guys. I want to be red. I want to be what's the dude's name? Ethan from Gen 3. Ethan and May. No, wait. Is that Brendan and May? Is it Brendan or Ethan? Who's Ethan? Wait, who's Ethan? It's Brendan, obviously. Who's Ethan? Anyway, need to go. Need to edit some videos. Need to grab some packages. Need to comp out some cards. Need to do a balance sheet. All that good stuff. But tomorrow I will be back. Latest is 10 a.m. Central, so CEST, Central European Summer Time. And yeah, we'll continue from here. Anyway, yeah, take care. Have a good day. Goodbye. This is the end of the stream. Bye-bye. Thank you for checking me out today as well. You can go now. Stream has ended. You know, what are you doing here? Classic line from, what's that? Ferris Bueller movie. Bye-bye. Bye.